episode of RatG TV with your hosts, Zeus and the Wellandwingnut. And they thought I was the crazy one.
Black magic. You got to know, got to show, it's time to roll. So just tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want, so just tell me what you want to hear.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of RatG TV. It's your boy Zeus, and joining me, as he does from week to week, the one, the only, Wellandwingnut. What's up, brother?
What's up? How's it going?
Not bad, buddy. Not too bad. It's been a bit. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
We were a little busy last week. We were off at Frightmare in the Falls, which was a pretty good time.
Yeah.
Hanging out with all the scary folks in Niagara, if you will. There was a lot of scary people there. But yeah.
Most scary people per capita.
And that has nothing to do even with Halloween. It has more to do with a lot of people's Halloweenies. Oh, that was mean. So welcome back to the show, everybody. This is your first time joining us. Welcome. How did you happen upon us here? It's not too late to turn around.
We're going to apologize in advance. We're sorry.
We do. Thanks for the love, Chris. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Hope you're having a great November 4th. Yo, dude, it is the 4th day of November already. Dude, it is 5 days away from me supposing to be a papa for the first time. My oldest daughter, Jordan Lynn, is due on the 9th of November. So that means any day now or a week after. A week or two after how it usually goes with the first. But yeah, that's a time of change, if you will. So, and with change, comes new things. And me being this huge comic book nerd and loving of all things superheroes, I figured, you know what? Fuck the love today. Let's come at the superheroes hard today. There are some superheroes that we just don't like. There's certain people just rub you the wrong way, and there's superheroes that are that way as well. And Steve and I have got our top 5 superheroes we'd love to punch in the face. I have a feeling you had a much easier time with this than what I did.
Yeah, probably. My seeing how as I probably know a fraction of the superheroes
And you probably hate the majority of them. Not hate, but wouldn't mind bitch slapping all
I did try to find valid reasons for each and one of my picks because I think people will be surprised by some of my picks and they might not like my reason.
All right. Well, I'm excited for that. Plus, we've got at the bottom of the show, we've got Steve's 5-second movie review. And that's where, Steve, you review a movie within 5 seconds, giving us your honest, unadulterated opinion. And what is the movie this week for you?
We didn't do a pre-Halloween show, so I thought, let's hit everybody with the horror. I hope everyone had a safe and happy Halloween. So despite reviews, and I usually don't like to read reviews, but I just, for some reason, I couldn't avoid them for this movie. And it was not well received by critics. So I thought, hey, I'm a fan of the original. I do have some issues with the original. It's not a perfect movie. I know a lot of people hold it right at the top of the heap for horror movies. I don't think it's quite there, but it's great. It's great. So
you went
Exorcist
with
Believer.
Nice. All right. So we got that. At
Thought to be the first of a trilogy. That was the original plan. Seeing how it was received, maybe not. I don't know.
It's a rough time for cinema right now. It doesn't matter what the genre is.
And the pre-planned trilogy is very optimistic.
Yeah. I'm finding that IP, so something that's already been established, are doing well, right, as long as it's within the first few of them. Like, we're starting to see fatigue on the Marvels and the DC and the Star Wars and things like that because people have seen them so much and so often. I feel that only the hardcore fans are still watching now. But you'll see something like Barbie, and Super Mario that are well-known, well-established properties, but they're new movies, and they're doing great. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So we'll see that, but we're going to be talking as well about everything that kind of went that we like and did not like this weekend. Sorry. Congratulations. What did you think of the Loki series? Thanks, Chris. Good question. I loved this season of Loki. Loki season 2 just wrapped up. I don't know if I loved it as much as Steve because he's a huge MCU.
I'm just a huge Loki fan.
Yeah. I liked it, and I don't mind time travel and multiverse stuff, even though a lot of people seem to be getting tired of that. I like it. I don't know where we're going with the end of that. I think this is going to lead into the Marvels. I think you're going to see Loki, like the TVA. Sorry, I don't think we're going to see them in the Marvels. We might see them in the Marvels, but I think we're really going to see them in Deadpool, which isn't Deadpool 3, but it's Deadpool 3. That's where we're going to see it. The rumors, and that was going to be one of my stories, but we'll do it now. Ryan,
Multiverse and time travel would have been a good topic this week, seeing how it's time travel weekend.
That's right.
We travel in time back an hour.
That's right. The current world's stupidest ongoing why we do it, I don't know, because farmers don't need it anymore rule. Why? Anyways, I think the TVA is going to be part of Deadpool 3. There's rumors that they actually enlist Hugh Jackman's Wolverine to capture Deadpool because of all the shit he does at the end of Deadpool 2, where he takes Cable's time machine and goes and kills Ryan Reynolds as he's reading Green Lantern, and he kills that version of Deadpool, like the old version. So yeah, and I'd be down with that. I think that'd be fucking hilarious. But yeah, maybe, who knows? Maybe that's a character that someone would want to punch in the face. I'm just saying. Actually, you might be surprised if he made it or didn't make it on either of our lists. We've got that. We've got our TikTokers of the week as well coming up this week. I've got the one TikToker. I've got a comedy bit that I added this week that I found on TikTok. And just a little bit of a blast from the past here, Steve. We all know that this guy can dance to Tom Jones better than anybody. But did you know, not only was he a Tom Jones disciple, a Michael Jackson dancing disciple, but also Carlton was quite the breakdancer.
I wasn't born a dancer. I learned to do it with a lot of help. And with my help, you can learn too. Moves like the moonwalk or the king tut. It's all right here in a breaking and popping book. Almost 100 pages that simply and clearly take you through the moves. In a few minutes, you could be doing backspins that will flip out your friends, or eye-popping moves like the centipede.
The centipede?
My step-by-step guide starts with the basics, but takes you all the way to tough moves like the windmill. It's all right here in my easy-to-follow book. And tell Mom and Dad it's the safe way to break and pop, not the things you shouldn't try. With my book comes a fold-out breaking board, carried around to give you a huge 65 by 70 safe dancing area anywhere. Can you rap? Well, there's even a full rap sheet included. Plus, this instruction poster to hang on the wall with even more breaking and popping moves. Yep, you get my book. Fold-up breaking board, rap sheet, and instruction poster. Plus, you get the right kind of music. Rap attack.
I still have mine.
Oh, that's too bad, because honestly, this year that's what I got you for Christmas. I am so sorry. Yeah, Alfonso, right on, brother.
That was pre-Silver Spoons, you think?
I think that was pre-Silver Spoons. I think that was Pepsi era. Remember he did the Pepsi commercial with Michael Jackson? I think it's just around that time. And he was always Carlton. Even though he could dance, he was always kind of, I'll teach you how to do the safe wrapping and breaking and popping. And what the fuck is the centipede? When was
Right?
it ever called the centipede?
The worm.
Right. My God. Anyways,
Maybe that's a
so,
Canadian thing.
it's a Canadian thing that we are really, really, really sorry that we had to, kind of share with
Sorry.
you there. We're sorry. Sorry. Yeah, man. And so we've got that, and we've got a few other things that we want to show you, or I'm going to be showing you throughout the show. But aside from that, yeah, why don't we get started and do our top 5 list? And Steve, as we do every week, you get us started with your top 5 superheroes you would like to punch in the face.
My number 5, I think, is partly because I can't punch him in the face, because if I did, I'd definitely break my hand. And 2, no one's that nice. Maybe aliens. If it's going to be anybody, it's going to be an alien trying to pose as a human. But nobody's that nice, man.
Oh yeah.
And the glasses do not disguise you.
But it's more than just the glasses. It's the glasses, his demeanor. He switches his hair up a little bit. I mean, it's more than just.
I love Superman. I wish I should have asked my mother and been prepared. I have a picture of when we used to live on top of Mario's Pizzeria or Mario's restaurant on Main Street. And,
wait, you guys haven't always lived on Burger?
No. I was a few places before that. Yeah. But yeah, I was Superman that year, and I had I think it was basically blue pajamas, and my mom had made the S and sewn it on.
Oh, that's great.
And then I had red shoes, but I didn't have the boots, so I had like Bristol board around my ankles to make it look like boots.
Dude, that's all kinds of messed up, and I love it. It's all kinds of messed up, and I love it.
My number 4 is, again, you might not like all my reasons, but we get it. We get it. Your parents are dead. Get over it, man. Like, let it go.
This is just wrong. So wrong. Yet another one that would whoop your ass.
Right. Yeah, you got money. We get it. You're rich. You got all these cool gadgets and stuff. You're not a real superhero.
Is he really a hero though, with the amount of pain and suffering he inflicts on people?
Yeah.
Like,
which brings me to my next one, who I do like, but you got to admit, even if you love this guy, he's kind of a dick. Or can be a dick.
No. You were right the first time. There's no can be. He just straight up is a dick. And that's why people love him so much. That's probably most of the reason why he's my son's favorite character. Good old Wade Wilson, the merc with a mouth. You know what's funny is he didn't even start off that way. He didn't even talk like in the first couple of issues he was in. He was just there as cannon fodder. I think he came in with X-Force, and that was I think it was Cable at the time. He was part of their group, and it wasn't until later. Like, Rob Liefeld takes a lot of credit for him, but I think it was much later when like Fabian Nacegi and I forget who the writer was that took over and basically switched him up to be that smart ass and breaking the fourth wall and all that fun stuff. All the stuff that we love. Well, that you love.
Much like my number 5 Superman, my number 2 probably wouldn't end well with your hand punching this next one. But like, you got one thing. We get it. You're a strong tree, but I am Groot. Like, come on, man. Where's the? I don't know. I don't get it.
I am Groot.
I don't get it.
Well, that's because you don't speak
Groot. Normally I'm a tree hugger, but in this instant, I am a tree puncher.
You're in this instant, you're a lumberjack.
Right.
Oh man.
And my number 1, it'd be easy. Well, not easy, but I think it'd be good screen time anyways to take this man's own arm and punch him with it.
And I love it. And I don't even think TDK here. I forget what TDK even stands for. But I don't think he was actually a comic book character before the Suicide Squad movie came out. I'm pretty sure he is a James Gunn original, and now.
Well, I haven't. The one I had was actually it was Arm Fall Off Boy.
Oh, right. Arm Fall Off
Yeah.
Boy.
And then I saw this guy, and I remembered him from the Suicide Squad movie. So I thought, hey,
because they're basically the same character.
Same thing.
Same, yo. Same. So that was your number one guy. You got some real hate on for that.
You'd be like, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
That's just wrong. So wrong. And I could see you doing it. I could totally see that.
That's the best part.
That is definitely the best part. All right. Well, there you go. With that being said, I guess I'll get to my. That was your top 5, right?
That was 5.
Number 1. All right. 5. That was your King Kong.
5 is always our number of the day,
right? And we never know how to count that. Well, it's because we can't count.
It's
higher.
a deep-rooted Sesame Street thing with us. 5-second movie review, top 5.
See, but Sesame, I would have figured it would have been 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I know I put up 10 fingers, but you know what I meant. All right, so just
5 little squirrels dancing in a tree. Harlan Williams from Something About Mary.
No, I don't even remember that part.
The hitchhiker. He had the body in the bag. Ben Stiller picks him up.
Oh, I have to watch that again. That's been a hot minute.
You know, that old nursery rhyme from the sea. You can't work out in 7 minutes.
Sure you can. My top 5. Number 1 on my list. You know, you went with this guy's mentor, if you will. He was the Ward, if you will, played by Burt Ward in the OG. A lot of people know him as Robin. I call him the Boy Wonder. No more. That is Dick Grayson. Big Dick energy. Dick Grayson, Nightwing. Good character. I like him and all, but oh my God, he is such a cocky son of a bitch. And I think the reason why I want to punch him in the face most is because he gets more tail than anybody in the history of comic books. If he was to have a theme song, Nightwing's theme song would definitely be David Lee Ross, Just a Gigolo. I'm not hating. I am not hating. Thank you both. Much love from across the pond. All right, we're across the pound, but
Pond, I believe.
That meant pond. Where are you at, Chris? Yeah, are you another one from Great Britain? Why do I always do that every time I say Great Britain? Well, if I'm trying to do an Aussie accent, then I sound like I'm from New Zealand.
Oi, Jack Nicholson there.
Oi, Jack Nicholson. No, I don't even have the Joker on my list. He is a Midnight Toker though, which I'm really happy about.
Salad sandwich, and I want you to hold it between your knees.
Oh my God, what movie was that from again? Easy Rider? No, that wasn't Easy Rider.
No, not Easy Rider.
Oh my God, that was great though. That was the only good part about that movie though. Or the only
right.
About that movie. Chris says, "Yes, I'm from the UK, but love you both."
5 easy pieces.
True that. You may like this next guy as well. I'm not a big fan of him, and I'm not talking about Kendall Kernahan. Nightwing's theme song should be Shawn Michaels' intro music. Yes, it should be. He's just a boy toy. Sexy boy. But up next, listen, a lot of people love this guy, but I hate this guy because, one, he wasn't even an original DC character. They got him from another brand. DC already had a character like this, but he wasn't a goofy character. He was a detective. But people just always love this guy more because he's the Ace Ventura of the two. And I'm talking about Patrick Eel O'Brien, Plastic Man. Plastic Man is such a, I mean, he was a bad guy who becomes a good guy. Like, at least with Elongated Man, like, that dude was a dude. I mean, that dude, he was like Batman. But what? Why are you hating?
Elongated Man.
You know what? I'll let you tell him this is why.
What about me?
Plastic Man's down there. We don't need two stretchy guys.
We don't need two stretchy guys. This is so not fair. I mean, I realize Plastic Man is in the league too. I'm not dissing the guy's skills, but come on. I have it all over that guy. One time, I disguised myself as a vase for 3 days.
No, you didn't.
Okay, maybe not. Who'd want to anyway? But I am a detective, which means I'm like Plastic Man and Batman rolled into one. And,
Is there any chance you could stop complaining for 5 minutes?
hey, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, my friend.
Just saying, he's got a point. Why do they even need Plastic Man?
Yeah.
Detective.
Elongated Man just rolls right off the tongue.
Wow. Rolls off of something. He was married to his wife for a long time. Oh my God. What a beautiful story they have, honestly. There's a story arc with those two that every time I read it, I bawl my fucking eyes out. It's so good. It's so good. Sue Dimney. All right. And you know why she chose him over Batman and the Flash? Because they might be super, but they ain't elongated. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna stop now. Up next, I was gonna put a picture of him from when he was on Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which ended up becoming Captain America and the Winter Soldier, the Disney Plus show. And he is the cheap knockoff of Captain America. Of course, I'm talking about John Walker, the U.S. agent. There was a point in comic books where Captain America walked away from the shield and the flag because he wasn't proud of what America had become and, you know, a lot of the warmongering shit they were doing. So he became the nomad. And John Walker was the government's answer to this. And John Walker is just a testosterone-fueled douchebag that has small man syndrome, that knew that he could never live up to being Captain America. They eventually took in the Captain America, everything away from him, and he became the U.S. agent. Either way, though, he's a bit of a dick. He's not nice. He's every bad cop you've ever been pulled over by. That's John Walker, and that is why I do not like that motherfucker, and why I like to punch him in the face. Not saying anything about police officer, because I love the police. But just like every sect in life, there's one douchebag in every group.
Yeah.
With me and Steve, it's me. Okay, maybe there's two. Maybe it's both of us. Up next on my list, this is going to shock some people, but I got Tony Stark. Yeah, seriously, Tony. The reason why I got Tony Stark on my list there are so many numerous reasons, so many horrible things he's done. Just for example, we won't even talk about, I won't even talk about his alcoholism because, you know, that's a disease and things like that. But I mean, he tried, as I'm losing the stuff as I'm reading here, he's the worst hero in comics, rich hero, I should say. He is so stupid rich and never really does anything to help humanity with that money. It just always goes back into Stark Tech and into building up the Avengers Towers. He created the Illuminati. They were the ones that decided to send Hulk into space, and the Hulk came back and released Planet Hulk or World War Hulk, which was pretty horrible. All his villains, the majority of them, kind of come from his tech, or you know, from the fact that he, you know, kind of screwed over a lot of his own people. He was the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a while, and he was horrible at it. In Civil War, he was definitely on the wrong side of Civil War in the comic books. And, you know, he's he's pretty much been an overall pretty douchey kind of dude. So yeah, that's why he's on my list.
Better to play him than RDJ.
Right. And like I said, he started the Illuminati as well as he had here. I added too many people here. I'm just going to give an honorable mention here to Beast from the X-Men. I know he started off as a really good guy.
I was surprised to see Beast on your list.
Well, because Beast has done some really, really horrific things. Let's see. He is blue and furry because he experimented on himself because he hated being a mutant so much. He gave a hostage over to Mr. Sinister just so it can get his X-Men away. He worked with his evil twin just because science. Let me see. He sided with the Inhumans over the X-Men. He pretended to be gay once. He was beaten unconscious by a mind-controlled beak. More blah, blah, blah. He started to pretend to be gay when he claimed that he might be gay to stop his ex-girlfriend, Trish Tilby, from renewing their relationship.
We've all been there.
I mean, I've been desperate to get away from some of my exes, but I've never been desperate enough to be like, yo, I'm gay. And nothing wrong with that. Come on now. So, Beast, you get an honorable mention for being a douchebag. But you know what? The number one person on my list, without a doubt, that deserves to be punched in the face, and he's been punched in the face many freaking times because he is such a douchebag, and that is the original Ant-Man himself, Hank Henry Pym. Originally, now this was a mistake between the writer and the artist. And the writer, somehow they screwed up on the memo, and the artist thought that the writer had told him that he wanted Ant-Man or Wasp at that time, Yellow Jacket at the time, still Hank Pym, to slap his wife, Janet Van Dyne. And somehow this made it to print, this accident, and became canon. And so he's always had that kind of black eye over him, and then they leaned heavy into it. He created Ultron. Most recently, in the past few years, he merged with Ultron. In the Ultimate Universe, he was even worse. This is him and Jan having a domestic dispute where he sprays her with bug spray and puts her under the couch and tries to vacuum her up at one point. And he says, "Oh, you shouldn't have made me feel so small." And then later, Captain America beats the fucking tar out of him, which was great. The Ultimates was a great comic book. Like, if for anyone who's not a fan of comic books, or if you like them but you're like, oh, they're a little too, kid friendly, The Ultimates was for you, because that was some messed up stuff. Ant-Man, when it was Giant Man, bit off a bunch of people's heads. Hulk eats a bunch of people. I mean, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, that's a little messy because they're twins, but they're incestual twins. Yeah, it's so messed up. So messed
That's
up.
some Lannister
It's like,
shit right there.
it's like watching The Boys. But yeah, or I guess more like Game of Thrones. But yeah, that's my list. Hank
Well,
Pym.
it's hard back then because you had to be with, if you're a royal, you had to be with a royal. So there's only so many royals to go around.
Fair, I guess. I guess. You know what? That's a good time to remind people. We're going to hit up, instead of doing 2 TikTokers of the week, I've got a TikToker, I've got a comedian bit of the week, and then I have a trailer for a little later on. But I just want to let you know, folks, that the TikToker of the week is going to be brought to you by the fine folks over at DocNet. DocNet.ca, folks. If you're looking for fast, affordable, quality internet in your home for just the right price, and you are in Ontario or in Canada, go to DocNet.ca, give them a shout, and have Tony set you up. Have DocNet connect your home to the world. And tell them that RatG TV sent you. Hey-oh, look, come back and he's already docking. Docking, yeah. Don't ask. I don't know. I don't even know myself. Magic is with you both. Keep telling stories. Hey, thanks, man. I don't even know why you guys stick around, but hi. Hi. Okay,
Our
so
other personalities, thank you.
I want to show a trailer before we get to Steve's 5-second movie review. We'll do that. We'll do the trailer. I want to see Steve's kind of reaction for this trailer. Hopefully, we don't get. I was gonna say hopefully we don't get demonetized, but we don't get monetized. We don't get monetized, so we're not going to lose that many. But my God, so you don't watch any of the Disney Plus shows, really, right? Did you watch Hawkeye?
I didn't.
So Hawkeye introduced a character from Daredevil comic books called Echo, and she's a deaf ninja.
Echo?
Yes. Echo.
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 Echo?
Echo.
Echo.
And she's really badass in the comic books and stuff. And they added her, and a lot of people didn't like Hawkeye because it was a little lighter and stuff. I loved Hawkeye. It was probably one of my favorite of the Disney Plus shows. But people weren't really like it. They didn't like how Kingpin was in it. And then they announced they were doing an Echo series. And then they said that they're going to release every episode on the same day, which Disney Plus never does. Thanks, Chris. You too, brother. Which is, that's troubling. Okay, they're going to release them all on the same day. And so I'm like, all right, well, we'll see. Well, they dropped the trailer for it, and they also announced that it's TVMA, so TV mature, which is basically the rated R version of television. Have you seen this trailer yet?
No.
All right. Let me preface this. Spoiler alert. At the very end of Echo was working with Kingpin. He helped raise her and stuff. And then she found out that he had her dad killed. And the last thing we see is her pull a gun on Echo or on Kingpin at the end of the series. And the camera pans away and you hear the gun go off. Just need to preface that before you watch this, okay? So watch and let me know what you think.
Maya. I see everything that you are. I always have.
You see the blood starting to go on the...
Don't be afraid. You have so much pain in you. You. So much rage. That you can't contain it. You and I are the same. So, who's the monster?
That does not look like a Disney Plus show to me.
No.
I mean, like that was fucking intense, and the blood, and so the actress, I'm forgetting her name offhand. The Hawkeye series was her first time acting, and she really is an amputee. She is missing her foot or part of her leg, and she really is deaf. So I mean, like this is pretty awesome. I think it looks great. And D'Onofrio is a fucking beast. He's a great choice for Kingpin. And then we got to see a clip of Charlie Cox's Daredevil in there as well, and he was wearing the same outfit as he did from Netflix, which is fucking great. I was going to use this as a story later too, and I'll skip it and doing it later. But so the Daredevil series film, it is coming out, and it's supposed to be 18 episodes, I think, and they filmed 8, and fucking Disney new execs, the new old execs came in, and they're like, all right, we don't like what we're seeing at all, scrap it all and start over from the beginning. And the Daredevil series will be the very first Disney Plus show to actually have a showrunner, and they're giving it the showrunner from the Punisher series from Netflix. So I mean, it looks like Marvel is going darker, and they're going to have both sides of the coin. So I don't know. I'm excited for this Echo series. So I can't wait.
We talked about this when Disney took over, you know, and had the streaming services, and was going to, you know, start having all this content, trying to compete with Prime and trying to compete with Netflix. We said it was going to be a natural progression. They have to get darker. They have to get, you know, a little more liberal.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like they are. And it's I think this is the thing that may help them regain a lot of the steam that they've lost over the last little while. Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, aside from that, you know, that was the trailer I wanted to show you. So we talked a little bit about DocNet coming, being our sponsor. And one of the things that they sponsor here as well is Steve's 5-second movie review. And Steve, we already talked about it. You are doing The Exorcist.
The Exorcist.
Believer, because you hate me.
It's not all that. It's just the latest movie I've watched.
And it just happens to help that it
right
is The Exorcist.
And yeah, we're
gives me night terrors.
I reviewed Saw already, so
fair, I guess.
And,
all right. Well, with that being said, what better time for us to get started with Steve's 5-second movie review by Steve. All right, so folks, this way it's going to go. I'm going to put 5 seconds on the board using the best technology afforded to us. And in that 5 seconds, Steve is going to give us his unadulterated review of The Exorcist Believer. Steve, are you ready, sir?
I am ready.
All right.
If there's kids watching, earmuffs.
Earmuffs, kids. Earmuffs. 5 seconds on the board. You have been warned, folks. Steve, you may begin now.
Fuck me, Jesus. That was not bad.
That's the one thing from the original that still sticks with me the most.
I was back and forth on that one. I was back.
Yeah. So it was good.
You know, having read quite a few really poor reviews for the movie and not having great expectations because I just, you know, I avoided watching Dr. Sleep for, I think, 4 years after it came out because, you know, I love The Shining so much and I didn't want it to, you know, I guess ruin its legacy because that's a thing, right? But it was really good. And, you know, I know people that have read the book and thought it was also really well done compared to the book, which is rare. Usually people either hate it or, you know, hate it. Mm-hmm. And no, this one was pretty good. It was intense. It was, I don't know where I mean, I guess I see where the trilogy may be going, the pre-planned trilogy, but given its success, who knows if we're actually going to see it, but not bad.
Well, that's good.
I gave it.
What do you give it?
Yeah, I gave it a 3.
A 3 out of 5. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to watch it, but I'm happy for I'm happy for all the folks that love the horror.
If you did not care for the first one, this one, yeah.
Oh, and I made a new friend after Frightmare in the Falls. And I don't remember, did we take a selfie with her? But from Rue Morgue, the ginger girl.
yeah.
Michelle? No. Murder something. I forget. I'm not saying to murder her. I think her name, that's what she went by. Now I'm just trying to find it. But yeah, man. All right. So we've got friends at Rue Morgue. So you can there we go. It is Jess B from Murderous Filigree. Find her on Instagram. She's a fun follow. And she works with Rue Morgue, and they do a ton of interviews with horror type people. So Steve really likes that shit.
Yeah, I follow Rue Morgue, so yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Did you know her already then? Like of her?
No, I can't say that I knew of her. I don't always pay attention to that part of it.
Yeah, I think she said she was new anyways too. So
yeah, we good time to show our stuff from Frightmare.
Yeah, man, let's do it up. Hey, folks, we had a great time at Frightmare on the Falls this year. This was, I think, their biggest turnout, and the least amount of room they had.
First time it was 3 days, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is great. And we have a bunch of friends that are vendors there, and they all said they did really good there, which is amazing. And just a few of the pics, that was Art the Clown is a huge, huge hit in Niagara Falls.
Those movies have it's been hard for the horror world to have someone reach that peak of horror killer icon, because we've had the same core 4 or core 5 for how many years, our Jasons, our Michaels, our Leatherfaces, and
Freddy,
Tobin Bell, I guess you could argue in the last 10 to 15 years.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
As Jigsaw, for sure. We've had the Creeper from the Jeepers Creepers movies, which was, if we're being honest here, there was really one good movie.
You know what? To be fair,
yeah, Art the Clown, crazy.
Jeepers Creepers never scared me either. I've only seen the first one, but it never scared me. It reminded me more of like The Faculty, which was supposed to be a horror movie, but it's not scary. It was fun.
Yeah, no, Art the Clown was when we were in line to get our photo with Carrie Elwes. The line for Art the Clown in costume was crazy.
Yeah, man. And there's us with Carrie Elwes right there. So we left, and he's like, "All right, see you guys." And I forget what he said. Something. He's like, "Hey, Zeus," or said something, and I was like, and I was being absolutely fucking serious. I was like, I really like the Wonder Woman show that he did, the pilot, and it got canceled before the pilot even aired, basically. But I was like, "Oh, thanks, Zeus." Like, yeah, man, it's I'm the one person that liked it, and that's why it didn't get going. Then, of course, got to host the panel with the ladies from the Terrifier movie. We were talking about that earlier as well.
Yeah, Catherine Corcoran and Jenna Cannell.
Yeah, and Catherine and Jen are so fucking awesome. Like, they were a lot of fun to talk to. I've kept in touch with Jen a bit, actually, afterwards. And, yeah, man, they were so fun. That panel was maybe the craziest one that we've done, and not even crazy like anything crazy happened. It was so out of control. Like, it wasn't even out of control. It was that there was no structure, which I know is really surprising with me hosting. But there was no structure at all, and it was great. And the one before that we did with Bill Diamond, he didn't even show up. That's the people that showed up for that panel did not leave. They stayed, and I talked to them for the entire panel run up until we had to go do the Terrifier one, which was crazy. I don't understand people listening to us, like you that are listening now. Then, of course, little green jelly action.
Yeah, Rob Gabriel, drummer for the Ontario local Green Jelly Band, and I'm saying the local, but if you don't know, that's what William Bill Manspeaker does. He has basically bands all over the country, and when he tours, he just has to tour himself, and then he plays with the group of guys that he has assembled there. Rob is the drummer for this area, and he was in Terrifier 2. He dies in the Clown Cafe scene. Gets shot with a Tommy gun.
Oh, cool. Does he get chopped in half with the Tommy gun?
Yeah, he gets cut down. Yeah, him and his girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, so I guess you can say they didn't live.
They did not. I don't think anybody from the Clown Cafe lived.
But speaking of they live,
of
we both got to meet the ever awesome and the person that I would choose to narrate my life, the one and only Keith fucking David. Not David Keith.
right, who is an actor.
What's that?
Who is an actor. There is an actor.
Yes, he is. Yeah. But he's not this actor.
Right.
They look a little different.
A little bit different.
Yeah, kind of like you and I.
Right.
But yeah, we both got to meet him. And I mean, so right behind there, those two cartoons. So there was a Spawn cartoon that came out in the late 90s, and it was a VHS set, and it was rated R, and it was fucked up. But he did the voice of Spawn. Plus, he also did the voice of Goliath, the gargoyle that's behind him there. And that cartoon, man, that was an iconic cartoon. We're probably in our early 20s when that came out and was still watching it. We were having parties. I lived above Hot Shots. We would have after hours parties all the time. And there was these two girls that would stay every night, and they wouldn't leave until 8 o'clock in the morning after Gargoyles was over. So, yeah, I wanted to share that with Keith, but I didn't know how he would feel. Security! And then he told us he was going ziplining.
Yeah.
Which was pretty badass, because I won't. I mean, I would if Keith David was like, hey, let's all go ziplining. Hey, we should have offered, actually. I'm like, we'll get you there. Yeah, all right. So, yeah, that's it. What were we even talking about? Does anybody know?
No.
No? Well,
No.
I mean,
This time
in that case. Well, Halloween is past, and with the passing come the passing of some great celebs, and when that happens, no one can bring us the news quite like the Grim Reaper of Death himself, the Wellandwingnut, Steve Lambert. Looking a little more like Emperor Palpatine, but yeah.
No.
I don't know if you're looking like the Emperor Palpatine or fucking the Unabomber. But
apparently there wasn't enough great sitcom actors in hell or in heaven. So, or in purgatory, who knows?
We could be.
But these were three of the biggest names in sitcoms over the last few decades. Shows I think all of us watched. Friends, I wasn't an avid watcher of, but the other two shows very much so. The best part about Friends for me was always the interactions between Joey and Chandler. I thought those two could have had their own show for sure. Matthew
I'm
Perry.
surprised they didn't.
Yeah, fellow Canuckle, 54, man. Great career outside of Friends too. Whole 9 yards. Yeah, The Odd Couple. I love The Odd Couple. I thought that was a great sitcom.
It was great. And like you said, the whole 9 yards, the whole 10 yards. Well, maybe just the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, maybe just the whole 9 yards. We only played the front 9.
Right.
But yeah. Huge loss for sure. The Friends cast responded by saying that they were more than just cast members, that they were family, and he will be missed. Hank Azaria had a great tribute to him as well, crediting Matthew Perry as the one that dragged him to rehab, and he's sober to this day. So
wow. Well, that's awesome. And we know, as Matthew Perry said himself over the past couple of years, that he had a lot of troubles himself with substance abuse. So rest in peace, Chandler Bong. You don't get that because you didn't really watch Friends.
I don't, but I laughed anyways because I figured it was a joke. It's never easy when they're as young as Matthew Perry was, but so, you know, it's not always easy with the older. But you know, great career. Most people would know him as Bull the Bailiff from the Night Court show. Richard Mole, 80 years old. Did so many more things than just that, though. He was an icon throughout the 80s and 90s, popping up in movies and other TV shows. But things I didn't know
voice
about
actor, though. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that as well. Things I didn't know about him, though. Apparently, he was definitely pushed by his father into joining the family practice and going into law. He actually did receive a degree in history from UC Berkeley, and then chose to go into acting.
Oh, fucking right on. Good for him, man. Yeah, I love Richard Mall. Like, you know my love for Night Court, so, and that entire cast. But from the main cast, we're down to just John Larroquette and fucking Roz. And I'm happy we got to see Roz in the very last episode of Night Court last season. I was really hoping we were going to get some Richard Mall this season, but it's not looking that way, obviously, unless they already filmed something prior to the strike. Just some notables. He on Batman, the animated series, he was the voice of Harvey Dent, Two-Face, Zabi. Oh my God. He was the Abomination, who's the Hulk's villain in the 90s Spider-Man from when we were kids. Spider-Man. He was Scorpion McGargan. He was on Rugrats. I mean, he did a ton of voice acting that people didn't even know about. So Richard Mall will definitely be missed.
Yeah, for sure. And another sitcom from the late 70s, early 80s that we grew up with. And, you know, Three's Company was such a huge hit. Suzanne Summers, of course, played Chrissy Snow, 77 years old. And then, you know, she sold some videos during the 80s, some workout tapes. And I loved Step by Step.
Yeah, I was just going to say
Carol Foster Lambert, because it was a funny fucking show.
Well, who did you say? Oh, besides the fact their last name was Lambert?
Yeah.
Didn't the oldest brother get arrested for something or murder or something weird?
I vaguely remember something like that, but yeah, I don't know exactly. So
yeah, it was a good show. I mean, it was all right. There was, you know, it was the 90s version of Brady Bunch, right? So but not bad. And
there's a lot of shows at that. I mean, there's always a lot of shows like that, but at that time, you know, we had so many family type, you know, the Family Matters, the Step by Step. You know,
well, that was that they were part of TGIF Friday on ABC, right? So, yeah. Oh, well, rest in peace to all those icons and anyone else that we may have missed over the past few weeks. Yeah, it's never
Richard
easy.
Roundtree.
But Richard Roundtree, Shaft, and it's the older we get, the more it's people that we grew up with, and not our parents' people that they grew up with. So yeah, time keeps winning. Well, thanks. Let's move on to something a little more chipper. Well, I don't know how more chipper this is actually going to be. But it was reported recently, and I can't find any of my pictures. There you go. That Matthew Perry had said not that long ago that he would love for his 17 Again co-star Zac Efron to play Matthew Perry in a Matthew Perry biopic. Of course, we know Zac Efron is going to be playing one of the Von Erich brothers in the Von Erich movie, The Iron Claw, coming up soon, which looks fucking fantastic. So maybe I think Zac Efron's a really good actor. I think he gets a really bad rap because of High School Musical.
Yeah, no, he's definitely come into his own for sure and had some really great roles of late.
So yeah, there's that, and I'm down for it. What do you got for us?
I wanted to talk about this. We're not going to try and do too many spoilers. I'm not sure if you would watch it. I didn't ask you before the show, but did you watch the Gen V finale?
I sure did. Let's
Yeah.
spoil the fuck out of this shit.
Yeah, so you've been warned. I definitely had been thinking the entire show that Homelander was going to show up at some point.
And he did.
I didn't see it going down quite like that, though.
When the screen went black, were you like, oh fuck, for half a second? Like, oh, that's how it's ending?
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to know until next season whether she died or not. Is she now the most powerful superhero in that fucking universe? Because I don't even know.
That was my immediate thought.
Because the girl that's like her, that's been making everyone's heads explode on the boys, they have the same power set, so we know. But is Marie more powerful than her though? Because she actually took that hit from Homelander point blank and survived. And where are they? I think they're in that chick's mind. Because you know how they said they're in there and there's no doors? Is the last thing they said, there's no doors. Yeah. I think they're in that chick's mind where she blew her arm off. And holy fuck, man. X-Men Parallels in this show is fucking great. Like, they did the Brotherhood of Mutants better than the X-Men did it in the comic books. Now, mind you, when it happened in the comic books, and sorry I'm eating, I just had barely ate today. But in the comic books, they just kind of show up the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. You never know why Magneto and his bad guys are the way they are. It's not until much later when they retcon the stories and we see how the Brotherhood becomes a Brotherhood that it becomes really good storytelling. But in Gen V, they give that to us right, like the whole season. It's just building up to this, and I'm going to call them the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants until we find out what their name is. But we've been building with what's her name? The girl with the telepathy powers that can make everyone.
Yeah, I can't think of her
name.
Yeah.
But oh my God, so good. And I had no idea until I checked the credits that Solar Boy or whatever the hell his name is, Sam's brother that died at the beginning, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger's kid.
Yeah, that's right.
Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, Gen V was fucking great. I had a great time with it. Good show. It may, like, it's only one season in, but its inaugural season may have been better than the first season of The Boys.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely close. I would probably give the edge to The Boys, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
great.
The only thing with The Boys is because I had read The Boys, I kind of had an idea what was going to happen. And I knew Gen V, but those were spin-off like I didn't really get those comics, so but damn. Really, really digging it. And then if you go back and watch The Boys season 2 or 3, they're in some place, some lab, Butcher and a bunch of guys, and they're looking up different soups. And I saw this on YouTube. Marie, the same actress, they show her. So a few years ago, or a couple of years ago. So like, wow, like they put a lot of thought into this. So I dug it. That was really good.
Yeah,
and,
it was good.
Can't wait for more. Do you watch Invincible at all?
I started to, but I didn't finish it. No.
Oh yeah, it's pretty insane as well, but cartoon version of it. Yeah, I like Gen V. Good pull. Good pull, sir. We got a lot of trailers this week too. We got that trailer for Echo. Oh my God, I got to look it up here because there was another trailer that we posted on the Geek page that did really well. Go check out Ryan's All Things Geek on Facebook, folks, if you haven't been already. Jesus Morphy, as I'm trying to find it here as I scroll through. This is great television, by the way. My favorite part, it keeps telling me that we're live from New York. There was the Echo one. We found out Prison Break may be coming back. Oh, and the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes trailer. What did you think of that? Did you see that one?
I did watch it. Yeah, it looked really good.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed these movies.
I was gonna say you're a big fan of these movies, like bigger fan than I am. But you've been digging it, eh?
Yep.
Too
Definitely.
cool. And what about this? What did you think of Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt in the new Fall Guy trailer? Did you get to see that trailer?
This, I didn't watch the trailer yet, but yeah, I mean, sure.
I mean, yeah. Sure. I mean, if
I liked the show when I was a kid. So
yeah. I mean, it's I thought the trailer
I
looked
mostly
all right.
watched the Marquee Post.
And then wasn't it Heather Thomas took over after?
Right.
Yeah, that was some good times, buddy. Some good times indeed. Here, let's see if we can get thrown off of the internet today again. I'm going to, because why not? Let's just, oops. It's my first time working this new StreamYard thing. All right, so there we are. You can see that.
No.
Because that's the only thing I don't like. I don't know if I agree with the song they went with.
So good.
Oh, good.
See, I like the song, but I don't know about this.
Anyone but him. I didn't approve him. You know that. You are literally the last person on earth I want to see slap the shit out of you. I really could.
And I'm open to that in a safer environment.
Are you a Gosling fan?
No phone call, no text.
I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I definitely don't have any hate for him.
I think it was
Fair enough.
So how have you been? God, I hate that thumbs up stunt guy stuff. I'm the director.
We're gonna set this man on fire.
You're a stunt guy. We need to keep it super profesh.
Profesh is my middle name.
You said your middle name was Danger.
How'd we do, boss? Really?
Yeah.
Holster that.
Yeah, it's holstered. It's done. Forget. You never saw it.
Tom Ryder, the biggest action star on the planet, is missing. You need to bring him back. Or Jodie's movie is dead.
Why me?
You're a stuntman. Nobody's going to notice you. That's the job. Nothing.
I mean, some taken.
You find Ryder, save Jodie's film. You get the love of your life back.
I'm not the hero. I'm just the double. Not today, you're not. Tom, we only need you back on set, pal.
Anyone who's been to a hotel gets that joke.
Oh my God.
Dead body on ice.
He was so dead, Gail. He was super dead.
He has got himself involved with some shady people.
I have no choice. I had to do something. Jason Bourne shit. They were trying to kill me. And not in a fun way. You can make it, you can make it. You can't make it. It's too dangerous. Gotta be stairs. Okay.
What happened to your face? You look terrible.
You look amazing.
You fall down, you get right back up. How far would you go for the one that you love?
I'll buy you a drink when this is over. Engage your core.
Yeah, boy. Stuck.
Let's do it later. Want to go to a beach somewhere?
Drink a spicy margarita.
Make some bad decisions.
Yes.
I mean,
I think, unfortunately, I think for me that this one will probably fall the way of like movies like The A-Team and Starsky and Hutch. But hey, we'll see.
I didn't hate The A-Team.
Me neither.
I didn't love it.
Right.
I would have loved it if it.
I just meant success-wise, but yes, I enjoyed The A-Team as well because I was a huge fan of the show.
Same. And I think if you did somebody aside from Rampage Jackson, which sounded like a good idea at the time.
Yeah.
Just saying. I'm just saying it could have been a lot better than what it was.
We love you, Rampage. Come on the show.
But not in person because I don't want you to hit me for saying what I just said. But yeah, so there's the Fall Guy. The Fall Guy. Oh, whoops.
Well,
hey, the Fall Guy brings us right into that then.
Yeah, this movie was a huge hit when it came out, and there are 2 sequels planned. I mean, when there are movies like this, are they really sequels, or are you just remaking the same movie, basically? Not that to say I hated this movie, because it was intense. It was definitely intense. It was based off the KXTV KOVR tower in Walnut Grove, California.
Okay.
One of the tallest structures in the world. But yeah, Lionsgate is bringing us 2 sequels. The first one planned for June of 2024.
Oh, all right then. Can't wait to not watch that one. Well, I want to say I'm kidding, but who am I kidding? We're not kidding. I'm sure it'd be great. I'm sure it'd be great for people who like that sort of thing.
Cinematography off the hook.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would imagine so. You'd have to, though, right?
Yeah. Crazy.
A big part of it. There's a big phenomenon that's happened a couple weeks ago. You know, it's not often where a movie releases. If a movie releases in theaters and on streaming services in the same day, it's never usually a good thing. It's never a good sign for that movie. But we talked earlier today about how IPs are doing really well, especially if there's something new. And there's intellectual property called Five Nights at Freddy's has won the box office, even though it released in theaters and on streaming in the same day. Not only that, though, Five Nights at Freddy's this week, now, it's its second weekend, and it has a huge box office milestone, even though it had a 78% second weekend drop off, which is usually the death knell of any movie. But it made $17.8 million in its second weekend, surpassed the $100 million milestone with a cumulative domestic total of $112 million, and still retains the number 1 spot at the box office, which is insane.
Yeah.
I played the game. I've tried the game. It's a VR game.
Yeah, my son played the game. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of jump scares in it. It's not a scary game, just a lot of jump scares in it.
Yeah.
Did not see this coming. Did not see this happening.
No, and I watched the movie a couple nights ago, and
yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Now, your son likes the game. What did he think of the movie?
I'm not sure that he's watched it yet, but
Okay.
yeah, I definitely am gonna have to inquire.
Because what I'm seeing online is a lot of us that didn't really play the game don't really care for the movie, especially if you're a horror fan, you don't. But I'm hearing all the kids that have watched it, I shouldn't say kids because they're not kids anymore, but the people that grew up with this game are fucking loving it, and it's showing in the box office. So
yeah, good. Hey, good for them, man.
Yeah, exactly. Good for them. And
we need movies to succeed, whether we like them or not right now.
This is true. And it doesn't matter what they are, what genre they come from. The theater just needs more. That is for sure. What do you got for me?
They're back. Hopefully this one is going to be better than the original Poltergeist TV show, which was fucking horrible. But this one, Amazon acquired MGM a while back. We talked about that when it happened. And one of the huge properties that they acquired was Poltergeist, and making no bones about it that they're in pre-production on a series. And yeah, they definitely got to start making these properties pay out. Give us what we want. Give us the Killer Clowns from Outer Space movie. We want it.
Killer Clowns from Space. Only if they're played by ICP. You just got to be a juggalo. They got to be juggalo space cowboys. That doesn't make sense. But be here all week. I don't know. That's all we've got in our budget. Why don't you take the next story too?
All right. As I've been calling it, and I've rebranded it as such in this graphic that I made, Pooh, Blood and Honey, because it just sounds better. Pooh,
Really?
Blood
I've
and
been calling it poo, blood in my stool. Sorry, go ahead.
The first one was crazy. It was very low budget. It was about a $30,000 budget. It ended up making $6 million worldwide. So huge hit. This next one, they have spent almost as much on the original movie as they have the new look for Winnie the Pooh. $20,000 was invested into the new look for Pooh in this upcoming sequel, as we see the difference here.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. That looks like quite the improvement.
Yeah. I think the original budget for Pooh was for the Pooh costume was €700. So
dang.
20,000 is a big difference.
Well, Facebook user says she's not watching it, so you may be able to,
Yeah,
you may be watching that on your own, buddy.
You know what? The only thing that would make Pooh Blood and Honey better if it was on the cock. I'm sorry.
There's been some bloody poo. There's been some bloody poo on the cock. This is a sober.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right. Yeah. Sure. That was a thing. Go ahead. One more story here from my side, and that is coming out of Variety. Variety's been reporting that the MCU is in a lot of trouble. There's talks that they're going to get rid of Kang, Jonathan Majors, or that there was talk about it at least, who was set to be, the big bad for this big phase here, but he lost in Ant-Man Quantumania to Ant-Man. Before that, last season, he lost on Loki to She-Loki. And this year, he got some spaghettified already on the show. All that being said, you couple that with Jonathan Majors' problems in court right now. He's up on assault charges, sexual assault charges. You can't blame Marvel for thinking, hey, we need to do something different here. We might need to correct the ship. There were talks of swapping out him as the villain to having Dr. Doom come in as the major villain, which I'm very down with. Don't know if that's going to happen at all. But one of the big things that they're doing, and we talked about it a little bit earlier, is that they're going with showrunners with TV shows now, and they're going to do less shows and less movies per year, so that everything that come out is going to have more purpose to it, and it's going to have more time to have great stories written again, and get people to the point where everyone's like, I have to see this at the theater, or I have to see this because I don't want to be the last one. No Poltergeist or Killer Clowns or Pooh Blood. I think all of that could just be solved with a proper diet. So stupid. Yeah.
Stop eating a crusty burger.
What do you think Marvel needs to do? Like, as someone who's not a huge fan, is there anything they can do to right the ship? Or are we just at the point where right now it's basically just, us real hardcore fans that these movies have to be made for and these shows should be made for?
Yeah, we've seen the same opening Spider-Man movie 3 times now. We keep getting these backstory movies and these repeats and stuff like that. And I think the superheroes that everyone knows outside of the comic book fans have been done. They've been, repeatedly done. So I think it is getting tougher for them to come out with something that's going to appeal to the masses and not just generally the avid comic book fan. But I have confidence that there's enough creative people and enough great writers in Hollywood that they'll come up with something.
And less AI writers now too after the writing strike. So maybe that'll help.
And they'll be going on strike next.
Who's that? The AI?
The AI.
The AI will be.
They'll see their worth right away. As soon as those box office numbers come in, they'll be like, "What the fuck?
Why are we still here?"
We're going off on our own. Screw you.
Well, one of the things that they're talking about is that Marvel just backed up the fucking Brinks truck, the Disney fucking money train, and backed it right up to fucking Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., and Scarlett Johansson's house, and just offered them a buttload of money. And the rumor is that we're going to see them all back in a final movie that will reboot the Marvel universe, which we're assuming will be Secret Wars. And I'm all right with that. And it'll get people back into it. I know it's not much of a secret if I'm telling you. And you got one more story there, you said?
I got a few stories here. What says Star Wars more than NASCAR? Nothing.
Sorry.
Mark Hamill has teamed up with Columbia and
Bubba Wallace.
It's a damn story. Yeah, I know. Columbia Sportswear and Bubba Wallace will be coming out with a NASCAR-inspired or Star Wars-inspired NASCAR car, including Bubba Wallace wearing Luke's fighter helmet. Still not going to watch NASCAR.
Nope. They still just turn left, right?
Yeah, right. I'm sorry. I'm not a huge race car fan in general. I do like watching, I like watching some Baja. Those guys are just fucking insane. And I do enjoy F1. I've been to the Toronto Indy a couple times. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. I don't mind. I'm with you. Baja, Indy. I don't mind those. Like, I like the open cart, open wheel, whatever you call it, concept. It's just NASCAR and stock car racing there. It's just a circle. Why?
And not a story, but I've seen in the last week or so, a few people have spoke out, including Danica Patrick, saying NASCAR races are just too damn long.
Yeah. 500 laps of turning left. 500 laps of turning left. And you know me, I love to see good things happen to good people. I love people to be safe and shit like that. NASCAR, I'm rooting for crashes all the fucking time. All the fucking time. I'm not hoping anyone gets hurt. That's the only exciting shit.
Help, my friend. Help with the abyss on fire, please.
For anyone that was watching us on YouTube and the stream got interrupted, sorry. That's what happens when we play trailers. I got the notice. And then my last two stories, we know Terrifier's back in theaters in November, the sequel, or part 2. We're going to be getting a full 2-minute teaser for part 3. And we know now that it's going to be a Christmas movie released in October of next year. That just gives me all kinds of happy thoughts and can't wait.
Damon Leone talked about, how some big studios had approached him after the success of the second one and, wanted to throw all this money at him for the next one. And he basically thought he already had like the first 5 minutes of the movie planned out. And he just knew there was no fucking way a big studio was going to let that happen. So he's just like, I got to stay grassroots. So independent.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Good on him. And my last story, Kung Fu Panda. No, not quite. But Jackie Chan will be playing himself in a new action comedy where he has to save a baby panda.
Using Kung Fu.
Right. Probably. It's a
so
Jackie
then
Chan
it's
movie.
In a way Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, just no Jack Black. He's not yet.
But wasn't he in Kung Fu Panda? Jackie Chan.
He was. Oh, was it? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think he was like one of the senseis or something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right, so we didn't do our TikToker of the week yet. We got 2 videos to get out of the way here. First one, I'm going to play a little homage to a stand-up comedian I like. Both these videos brought to you by DocNet, the fine folks over at DocNet.ca. Go over there to get your cheap internet love. Have DocNet connect your world to the world. And right here, a little bit from Jimmy Carr.
This is a straight white man talking, so pay attention. Well, Black Lives Matter happened, and it raised a lot of very important questions for a lot of people. Questions like, Am I racist? Well, if you're wondering, am I racist? Here's what you do. Ask a close black friend, am I racist? And if you don't have a close black friend... Here's a good rule of thumb. If you're a white person and you're going to say anything about race, it shouldn't involve your neck muscles. If you feel the urge before you speak to look around conspiratorially, shut the f*** up. Black Lives Matter happened, clearly a good thing, and then people that didn't really understand it came along and went, all lives matter. Oh, for f***'s sake. It's like someone saying, save the whale, and someone going, save all animals. Yes, but we don't really have a problem with people harpooning pigeons, you daft cunt.
I love Jimmy Carr.
Yeah, he's great.
I think that's the first video I've ever shared of his or played where I didn't have his laugh though, because his laugh. I can't even do it. All right, and then last thing to get out of here, just because we got to get our TikToker of the weekend. This one's a little bit longer. But Steve, are you an Apple guy or are you an Android?
Android.
Well, then this one may be for you, sir.
We are not going to hurt you, okay? We just brought you here to answer a few questions for us. Did you recently buy the iPhone 15?
Yes.
I knew it!
Something and Goggle? Are you guys Android?
Oh, wait, what's that? It's on your... Hey, put the bag back up, put the bag back up. So, bought an iPhone 15, huh? Tell me why you made that decision.
Because it's an iPhone.
I told you there's no saving them! Hold on. Why?
Well, it's got a good camera, 5x zoom. That's pretty amazing, right?
5x? We've been zooming 10 times!
The Samsung S23 has had 100 times zoom.
Why do you need 100x zoom, huh? To find your last brain cell!
But it has 48 megapixels.
We got 200 megapixels!
On the very same Galaxy S23.
Our camera is so good, we can see John Cena.
Oh, and it also has an extra lens, like last year and the years before.
We got 4 lenses? 5 lenses? Enough lenses to find your personality, bro! So, we've already established that Android has more lenses.
Okay.
More megapixels.
Yeah.
More zoom.
Yep, that's right.
So, would you buy an iPhone or an Android?
iPhone.
Mother! Okay, there's got to be an explanation, right? Doesn't make any sense. It's got to be like an aesthetic thing, like a tribalism.
Oh, iPhones are innovative. They've got aerospace-grade titanium.
Is your phone going to space?
We've had titanium since 2017.
You see, we're so innovative, we've made phones that fold in half. Like a book! Maybe you should read one!
It's got an even brighter screen.
Our phones are brighter than your future.
I can confirm that.
See, we've confirmed that. So now we have confirmed that Android has more innovations.
Fair enough.
We've used titanium long before.
Yeah, makes sense.
And we have better screen options.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So now, would you consider buying an Android or an iPhone?
Definitely iPhone.
There's no way!
Speaking the language of the god! Look what you're making him do!
iPhones are pretty fast.
Yeah, it'll be faster when I throw it out the window!
RatG phones are just as fast.
It's got the most intelligent chip in an iPhone yet.
To process what? YouTube videos? Does it look like there's intelligent stuff on this channel?
That's a negative.
They even shot a music video for Olivia Rodrigo.
We got BTS! BTS! This guy's great! It's smooth like butter, like a criminal under... We can't afford the copyright. So you would agree that Androids are just as fast.
Oh, yeah.
They can pretty much process whatever you want.
Right.
And they arguably have cooler collaborations.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Armed with that knowledge, would you currently purchase an Android or an iPhone?
100% iPhone.
Son of a bitch!
And that's me and Steve talking every day about why I own an iPhone.
Yeah.
I mean, you just like what you like.
Yeah,
You just like what you like.
that is true. That is true.
And it was the OG. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it forever and ever and ever. Oh, yeah. I'm like, Steve, did you like the iPhone? And Steve's like,
hated it.
Yeah, that's it.
Kind of ripping off Keegan Michael Key there a bit. I did really enjoy it.
Who they were?
Just the one character there. I
Oh, yeah. It was basically Block's teacher.
Yeah.
The substitute, yeah.
Still hilarious.
Yeah,
Still
I
hilarious.
liked it. And I think, yeah, I feel a lot of us can identify with one side or the other there.
Yeah.
I'm iPhone for life, yo. It's just too hard to switch over now.
Yeah.
Sorry, but Samsung's, all those Android phones don't match up with my MacBook Pro or my iWatch. It's too late for me. It's too late for me. All right. What do you got coming up this week, buddy? Anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna be at the OLG stage on Thursday night to see Mr. Tom Segura.
Nice. Surprised you weren't there last night to see Paul Anka.
Yeah, I had planned on it with my mother, but it didn't work out. So yeah.
Nice. Well, enjoy Tom. I think I'm going in March to go watch a podcast with my son. The only thing that's been there that he wants to watch, and it's Bobby Lee and
nice.
Andrew Santino or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. My son loves those two. Loves those two. Those are his absolute favorites. So it's the first thing I can get him to come to with me. So I don't watch them or listen to them, but
you take what you can get at that age.
That's it. You know, I keep telling the kids, I'm like, I'll do whatever I can. Let's just hang out, okay? Go play pool or something. Something cool. We got our son to switch from iPhone. No, you didn't get him. You forced him to switch. There's a difference.
Yeah.
You withheld his. You'll never get allowance ever again. You have to move out.
No, he was actually already moved out when we helped him get the phone, so he didn't have to do what we said at all.
Oh, damn. Brainwash.
One for the good guys.
I get it. It was the whole Patty Hearst thing all over again. All right. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I got too much coming up next week either. Oh, I was going to show everybody, but I think it's a little too late now anyways. But, and I don't think I have it anyways. I do not. I was going to show what I was up to last weekend, but I don't have it. So I can't show you. I was going to show everybody my Domino's commercial. But you guys can find that online. Look for a replacement pizza from Domino's and just
it's on our Facebook.
Yeah, go on our Facebook page. It's there. You'll see it. You'll love it.
Enjoy. You're welcome.
Exactly. And if you want to see something else that I was on TV for, there was this. And we were there the entire show.
What do you want to say to Sarah?
Sarah, all I gotta say is, if you love Serge, it shouldn't matter what size he is at all. It doesn't matter. Love him shouldn't even matter. Shouldn't be nagging at him at all.
Wait a minute. What if Sarah got fat? What would he do?
What if Sarah got fat? He loves Sarah with all his heart. He doesn't care.
Oh, that would be a different story.
I miss the hair. I miss the skinny. I miss being able to shave my face.
You can have one back.
What's that?
You can have one back.
The hair or the skinniness?
Yeah.
Well, the fucking skinniness for sure.
Yeah, hair's overrated.
Fuck, I get skinny, I can buy a wig. You know?
Yeah.
And bald is beautiful now. So yeah, oh definitely. What's one thing you would take back from your youth? If you could be young, like have your youth back, like your young self, but have to, oh my God, because I'm just trying to make it so it's a good, because right now I'm like, no matter what, it's just be young. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? What if would you rather be a billionaire right now at this point in your life, or be able to go back to being not go back and erase everything that's happened, but have your body revert back to 18-year-old you with the knowledge you have now, and you don't lose your kids or anything else like that because you haven't gone back in time. Just your body's reverted back to an 18-year-old body.
That one sounds super appealing. And originally that was like, you know what? I'd totally do that because, I get to live longer and, I could do a bunch of stuff that I can't do anymore. But,
$1
you know what? I'm getting sick of this planet. So just give me the $1 billion and let me enjoy my last 20, 30 years.
Well, here's the trouble with that, though. You get the $1 billion. When you have the $1 billion, this world is a lot more fun to be on. And you won't want to leave. Too funny. Oh man, I think I might take the youth. Honestly, especially if my kid, I don't have to do the time travel thing. My kids are still going to be alive. Shit, man. I would actually ask if I could go back to like 15 so I can do high school again, just so I can have some current knowledge.
Oh, okay. That's not where I thought you were going.
Oh no. Oh yeah, maybe no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go back to school. Maybe I'll just do 18 and do GLD again. Whatever the equivalent is. All right. I like it. Folks, you let us know in the comments or let us know on the show. Which would you have picked? $1 billion or being 18-year-old body again without going back in time? Let us know. We'll discuss more about that next week. But for now, that's been it for the Wellandwingnut. It's your boy Zeus. Hoping you all had a great time. And when you see a superhero, make sure you smash him in the face. Tell him RatG TV said, fuck you, bitch. Peace.